called me to come. I believe you called me as a friend. And friends tell the truth. They don't do diplomacy. They are very direct. So, our continent is a continent that Europe today, with the present mindset, would miss out on. And I say it with every boldness. Europe did not see China coming 40 years ago. They didn't see it coming. You also are not seeing that there are 3 game changers that would make Africa become. These 3 game changers are Africa's young people, Africa's women, and technology. Europe's neighbor, proximate neighbor, as a continent, is my continent. It's Africa. A bold Europe would be a Europe that agrees that Africa cannot willy-nilly just go with Europe on every issue Europe wants, simply because Europe once upon a time straddled Africa, colonizing many of the countries, being exploitative and extractive of that region of the world. What Europe that wants to act boldly would do in 21st century world is to recognize that there is a new generation of Europeans who actually look back at that history and think it was not a good history, and yet are very bold to build person-to-person, business-to-business relationship with Africa on the basis of partnership. The bureaucrats with the old and dated mindset of Africa need to retire so that this younger generation that understand that it is about the cumulation of ideas and the diversity of those ideas that will take us into a prosperous future that is equitable. Number 2 is that a bold Europe would be a Europe that stops looking at Africa as a humanitarian case. It would be a bold Europe would be a Europe that looks at Africa and sees the possibility of a contiguous zone of prosperity and stability. Not a Europe that makes immigration the heart and mind of its relationship with Africa. It would be a Europe. A bold Europe would be a Europe that sees Africa as a business case. A Europe that does not ask me as an African, what do you think about the Chinese? Why? You are Africa's proximate neighbor, and you're worried about a country that's how many nautical miles away from your neighbor. You have to be asking yourself, what did we get wrong? That's what a bold Europe would do.
Yeah.